Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie, and today we're doing a reading for Pisces. These are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you. They're also timeless, so if they don't resonate with you today, they may resonate with you at a later date, okay? Also, these could also be for uh, people, like sometimes we don't resonate with our sign, but we can resonate with one of the other ones. So if you don't resonate with this one, you might want to go ahead and look at one of the other signs in your chart and see if that one resonates with you. If not, that's okay. The message just isn't for you. So today what we're doing is we're asking the universe what Pisces needs to know. Now, this could be anything. This could be love. It could be work. It could be a legal matter. It could be a school situation. It could be something to do with a coworker or something that's going on at your job or at your, whatever. It's just, what do you need to know right now? What's really on your mind? Because sometimes we can think that we're doing one thing or we're thinking about something and it's really something else that's bothering us. Okay, Pisces, first of all, you're dealing with a fire sign. Uh, all right. Okay, I'm going to move this over to the side. Looks like today we're dealing with a lot of legal stuff. Okay, Pisces, you're dealing with a fire sign. An Aries, Leo, Sagittarian. The five of the five of coins represents that card. We refer to it as the misery card. That's when things aren't going well and you're kind of down in the dumps and you're feeling like things aren't going right. Everything seems to be just yucky. Now, the possibility that you're carrying a little too much is a very good possibility. Okay? Because this card here, the Ten of Wands, always represents carrying too much. And wands, for me, wands and pentacles always refer to work. Work or hobbies or school. If you're in some kind of team stuff, like I'm coming up with chess club. That's interesting. Okay. Something like this. It's something that you have to do. Like maybe you're on a swim team, or you're volunteering at some place, or maybe you're doing something at your church or your synagogue or your temple, or you're doing so. The reason why I'm referring to the religious portion, because this is a church, okay? This is a church window, and these two people, these two unhomed people, are barefoot. They're in the snow. They're cold. He's sick, and they're walking in front of the church, which, technically speaking, at least Catholic churches would open their doors to them and give them at least a warm place to sleep and some warm food for the night. And they're just walking by it. They're not seeing that possibility. Well, that's what the card represents, okay? Now, in your case, Pisces, this thing that's making you a little bit out of sorts is a fire sign. Again, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There is some kind of legal situation going on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's let the cards tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more. What's this about? What is making Pisces unhappy? Oh, okay. Many situations. You've been working very hard on a project, Pisces, that you're waiting to see the fruit of your hard work. And there seems to be some kind of problem with that. Maybe you're not seeing the coins aren't coming in, basically. The coins aren't coming in. There's a little bit of turmoil there with this situation. It might be a project that you were working on very hard at one time. Then you got disappointed and you walked away from it. I'm thinking you need to get back to that. It's a lot, okay? And it is a heavy load. But once you get it right, the way it's supposed to be, because you're not happy with it. The way it is right now, you're not happy with it. And it's like you stepped away for a minute. And that minute turned into an hour. And that hour turned into a day. And a day turned into a week. And now it's been months and you haven't gone back. And you haven't gone back. And that's making you unhappy. I don't want to use the word misery because you're not miserable. You're just not happy. You're just not happy with it. There's something about that project. And it could be something at work that's not going the way it should be, or there's some kind of issue with it that needs to be worked on. Okay, let's see. What else? What else does Pisces need to know? What else does Pisces need to know? Okay. The Tower. The Tower usually means total destruction of something. Something, and you can't go back to it. It's kind of like when a house burns to the ground. You can go back in and you can kind of like search around in the ashes and see if you can find something that didn't burn. But chances are you're going to have to start from scratch. Now, I'm not getting that this has to do with your life per se, but it might have to do with whatever you were working on. This project that's too heavy, it needs to be reassessed. It needs to be reorganized. You're going to, it's kind of like go back to the drawing board and take a good look at it and see what needs to be changed. Because right now it's not working. It's not working and it's causing a lot of sadness and pain, and you're kind of, it's too much. Okay, what else? What else does Pisces need to know? What else does Pisces need to know? Oh, lovers. Okay, this has to do with your lover, with your partner, with your spouse, with that other important person in your life. Okay, let me see what's on the bottom. Okay, bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the air sign, King of Swords. Putting this to one side because we're not clarifying. Can you see this okay? Okay. Okay, Pisces. Let's see. You've got some people here. And even though you have the Tower, I need to make sure that you see the Sun. This Sun is the happiest card of the deck. This card represents everything is going to be okay. You're not alone. You're not like these people walking around in the snow barefoot and cold and hungry and sick. No, that's not you. Now, that doesn't mean that there may be somebody around you that is very ill at this time and may or may not be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, because that just came in. But whatever this project is you were working on, Pisces, once you disassemble it and reassemble it in a more constructive way, in a way that it works better for you, everything's going to go peachy keen. Everything's going to be peaches and cream. It's going to be just wonderful. Now, the lover situation, I see that there's love, balance, and responsibility. And in an equal proportions. Things are very good. You're loved, you're cared for. There is an earth sign and a fire sign with, I don't know, one, I'm seeing it more like a, one is a mother figure, and the other one is an actual, partner, spouse, uh, something like this, Now, the energy that you're working with right now is very much female. Your female energy is a little bit stronger than your male energy, but the male energy is very thoughtful. You're in your head a lot, so you have to be careful not to get too much into your head. That's where the wands come in. That female fire energy is telling you to move quick, and then the earth female energy is saying, with your feet on the ground, don't sit around and do nothing, but remember not to fly off into, because of this air sign. Okay, this air energy that you're working with, and the fire energy, they can come together and make you be a little bit impulsive. And that's where your female energy, which may or may not be a spouse, because of the love, it's somebody who loves you very, very much. It could also be a mother figure. But anyway, the point is, this female earth energy is keeping your feet on the ground and helping you to get this project going on to where it will work properly. Because right now it's got way too many bugs and blocks and issues that are standing in your way, and it's causing a problem. This card here, the Tower combined with the Sun, is telling me that you need to destroy something in order to make something better, to let something new come in, or to let something else, something better be created. And I'm not getting that it's a lover situation. I'm getting that it's a project or work situation. Maybe and it could also be something with the arts. I don't know. It has something to do with that. But the outcome, once you weed out all those things that are causing the issues and the problems and the blocks, everything's going to go smooth. Everything's going to go the way it should be. Everything's going to be just the way it should be. And then your coins are going to start coming in. But you do need to clean up whatever this is. Now, that doesn't mean that for some other Pisces, there may or may not be a romantic issue that needs to be taken care of. What I am sensing is that this is not a deal breaker per se. It's just something that needs to be worked out. It's the normal couples disagreement. And sometimes, Pisces, you just have to agree to disagree. Now, this might involve some kind of altercation between mother-in-law and daughter-in-laws, or mother-in-laws and son-in-laws. I'm picking that up. And it may or may not be the mother-in-law may or may not be an earth sign. Earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So, and the reason why I'm saying that it may or may not be is because you have all the coins right here. You have the 5 of coins, you have the 7 of coins, and then you have the Queen of coins. And next to the Queen of coins, you have the Lovers, and then you have the Sword, which can, in some occasions, represent problems or legal matters. And then you have the Tower. And these connect with this one earth sign. Okay? And there's also the problem card of the sadness and Well, misery. That's the misery card. So there might be something like that going on. Um, you need to nip that in the bud right now before it becomes something else, because it's too much. It's too much. And if this is something to do with a mother, well, the mother-in-law is not wanting to make trouble because she turns her back on the tower. See? She's looking down at her feet. She's not wanting to. There's something else. You need to find out what exactly it is that bothering her, because it's not the actual marriage. She actually cares very much for um, the daughter-in-law or the son-in-law that's causing the issue here, but she's going about it in the wrong way. There's something that's making her miserable, and it's not. She's turning her back on happiness, but it's her. Something in her that's not. And I feel, Pisces, that you can fix this. I feel that you can fix this. I think maybe you're overthinking it a little too much. So maybe step back, and because you're carrying too much. So maybe just step back and try to look at it from a bigger picture. Slow down, because like I said, you're working with fire energy right now. Just slow down, because you're not in your energy. If you notice, there's no cups in this reading. There's no cups in this reading, Pisces. You're not in your element. Your element is water. And you have air, you have fire, and you have earth. But you have no water. So this is a little bit of an unbalance. You're a little bit unbalanced right now. So you need to find your center. And then you need to look at this situation with different eyes. It probably wouldn't be such a bad thing for you to find someone outside the problem that's neutral, that can give you advice. Because I do see something, this could escalate if you let it. Right now, the way you're handling things a little bit, you are caring too much, but the way you're handling it, the outcome seems to be very loving and everything good. So just don't let the tower moments get to you too much, okay? Okay, Pisces, well, this is your reading. I hope you liked it. And like and subscribe if you did. If you didn't, well, then unlike and subscribe anyway. Leave me a comment down below. And if you want a personal reading, then you can contact me through my email. Okay? All right, Pisces, you have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.